Mmasinachi was the kind of girl that made heads turn wherever she went, tall, flawless, and beautiful like a painting. But there was one problem: she hated work. While other girls learned how to cook or hustle, Mmasinachi would say, "Abeg, I was born for enjoyment, not for stress. My beauty is my business." She spent her days taking selfies, watching TikToks, and dreaming of marrying a rich man. Then one day, at a high-class party, fate smiled on her. A handsome businessman named Mr. Desmond noticed her. He was rich, calm, and generous, the kind of man every lady wanted. Within weeks, Desmond was showering her with gifts, phones, dresses, even an iPhone 15 Pro. He told her, "Mmasinachi, I've met many women, but something about you feels special." She smiled sweetly, replying, "I told you, I'm not ordinary. I was born for luxury." Soon after, Desmond proposed, and the wedding was grand: gold decorations, live band, tears of joy. Mmasinachi finally became Mrs. Desmond. But just 2 weeks later, Desmond had to travel abroad for business. He kissed her forehead and said, "Take care of my mother till I return. She's old but kind." That was when her soft life turned into a hard lesson. The old woman didn't play. By 5 a.m. she was already shouting, "Mmasinachi, wake up. Come and boil water. Cook breakfast." Mmasinachi groaned, "Mommy, please. I don't do this kind of work. The house help will come later." The old woman's eyes widened. "House help? In my son's house? You better stand up." By the third day, the kitchen was on fire. The stew was burnt, the rice half cooked, and smoke filled the mansion. Neighbors ran in thinking the house was burning. The old woman screamed, "So this is the wife my son married. Beauty without sense." When Desmond returned, his mother wasted no time. She gave him a full report from the burnt food to the insult. Desmond called Mmasinachi into the living room and said quietly, "You told me you were ready to be a wife. But all I see is someone who wanted a title, not the responsibility." Mmasinachi fell on her knees crying, "Please, Desmond, don't leave me. I'll learn, I promise." Desmond sighed and replied, "My dear, you don't build a home with beauty. You build it with effort." He packed his bags and walked out, leaving her crying on the marble floor. Months after Desmond left, Mmasinachi was seen selling food at a small restaurant by the roadside, the same girl who once said she was born for enjoyment. She had no wig, no makeup. Just an apron and sweat. Every morning, she woke at 4 a.m. to cook. She had finally learned that beauty fades, but hard work fits. When people mocked her, she smiled and said, "Life is a teacher. I lost a good man because I refused to learn simple things." One evening, a black Prado SUV stopped by her shop. When she looked up, her heart skipped. It was Desmond. He stepped out, surprised to see her. Gone was the proud woman, in her place stood a humble, hard-working lady. He tasted her food and said softly, "You finally learned." Tears filled her eyes. "Pain was my school. Humility was my teacher." Desmond nodded. Sometimes, God breaks us not to destroy us, but to rebuild us better. He paid for his food, smiled, and left quietly. And for the first time, Mmasinachi didn't cry, she smiled. Because she finally understood that self-worth is more beautiful than soft life. 2 years later, Mmasinachi's food business grew. She moved from a roadside stall to a proper restaurant, Mossy's Delight. Then one Sunday, Desmond returned again. This time, not as a customer, but as a man who had forgiven. "I came to eat, and to ask for a second chance," he said softly. Mmasinachi's eyes filled with tears, but her smile was calm and mature. "You'll eat, Desmond. And this time, I'll cook with love. Their love began again slowly, sincerely, with understanding and prayer. She cooked, cleaned, and cared with joy. And Desmond loved her even deeper than before. 2 years after their reunion, God blessed them with twin boys, strong, handsome, and full of life. One evening, as they watched their children play, Desmond held her close and said, "God gave us double for the years we lost." She smiled and whispered, "Now I know, beauty opens doors, but character keeps them open." Moral of the story: no matter how beautiful you are, humility and hard work are the true jewels of a woman. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to my YouTube channel Marvelous Stories TV and click the notification bell so you don't miss any new stories. On Facebook, don't forget to follow, like, comment, and share this video to support my page.